Welcome back. Let's talk about Tacoma, Washington, because there's 220,000 people that live there, and it could be important to them, and it could be important to you as well. So let's just jump in, and thank you for joining me. So if you're new to my channel, I cover a lot of the areas outside of the Seattle city limits, specifically for real estate market and kind of a general update on what's going on. This is the October report. I usually look at areas like Shoreline, Kirkland, Bellevue, Renton. And I also cover some of the south side because I have a lot of friends down there and they, ask me for these. So Tacoma is located to about the south side of Seattle by about 30 miles. And it's right along I-5, and it also intersects with Washington 18. That's the Tacoma Narrows Highway, Washington 16, sorry. And the Tacoma Narrows Bridge is part of that span right here. You'll see it on my actual, on my screen right now. But that span, that bridge actually fell down years ago, back in, I think it was the 50s or the 60s. Also, I-5 goes all the way north to south, and it connects to Olympia. Also, the SeaTac area specifically has our airport. It's in between Tacoma and Seattle, and that's actually why it's called SeaTac. Also, the Tacoma Rainiers are located inside of Tacoma. That's a AAA baseball team. It's one of the farm leagues for the Seattle Mariners. And also back in 2015, I, with a group of guys, impersonated the Tacoma Rainiers out in Austin, Texas. So if you guys have questions on that, you could just, ask me directly, and I can neither confirm nor deny anything that may have happened at that time. So now that you have a general idea of what's going on with Tacoma and where it is, let's actually get into it right now. So if you came to me and you said, hey, Victor, I want to buy a house right now inside of Tacoma, Washington, I'd tell you, hey, that's great. There's 467 homes that are available right now for purchase. And on average, they're about $670,000. Also, they've been on the market for 60 days. There are 3.5 bedrooms, 2 bath, and it's about 2,000 square feet. So you have a general clue of what it looks like. Well, you might say, hey, that's a little expensive, or how's that compare to the last couple of years? And I got you. I actually went through and I did all the math for you over the last 4 years. This document itself is about 2,000 lines long, so there's a lot of math that I actually do in this. But we're going to compare an average house, and we're going to call it 1,684 square feet, so about 1,700 square feet. And that home is also 3 beds and 2 baths, just so you have an idea for an apples to apples comparison. Well, on the sales side of things, the actual recorded sales, in 2020 in October, we sold 455 sales. And then October of 2021, and it actually went up by 12, so it was 467. Now, there was a major pullback last year in October, and it was also because we had a change in the interest rates. But it went down to 299 homes recorded inside of October. So that's a 36% decrease in home sales that happened last October to October 2021. From October 2022 to October 2023, so just this last year, it actually went down to 251 recorded sales, and that was about 16% decrease on the actual sales activity. Now, on the price wise, if you bought this same house, this 1,700 square foot, 3 bed, 2 bath, you bought it 4 years ago in October of 2020, it would cost you $436,000. Now, if you bought it just 1 year later in October of 2021, it would cost you $516,000. So about an $80,000 increase, and that was about 18%. This is what we're seeing in the general area. I'm seeing between 10 and 30% increase on prices because of COVID. Now, this next year, it went from 516,000 to 551. And actually, we had a small pullback this last year in October. If you bought that same house, that 1,700 square foot house, and it was 3 beds, 2 bath, it would actually be $8,000 less, but not very much. Now, I did a rent to own analysis on this for you guys also, but if you came to me and you said, hey, Victor, how much does this cost me? Well, if you bought this house with let me see here. I got it actually pulled up. With a $40,000 down payment, what it would actually come out to is about $3,655. And that's just your payment and your interest, no HOA, no taxes, no fees or anything like that. But if you turn around and rented it, it would be about $3,182. So right now it's about $400 more to actually buy right now instead of rent. This is actually pretty affordable in this area compared to some of the areas that I've been finding, because just give me an idea, inside Renton, it's 200% more to buy instead of rent. So this is actually really close to the threshold. And this is also a really good reminder, because you're not always going to be employed there. So you can actually lose your job and then you have to turn around and rent out the house. I also looked at the mortgage side of things. And on the mortgage side, like I said, it's a $540 actual $540,000 purchase price, but the median income in this area is about $81,000. Now, if we do the math real quick, if you go into just Google real fast and you put $81,000 in the actual documentation behind this, and about a $40,000 down payment that we're using, you would notice it's actually about half of the purchase price available for getting qualified for this loan. This is because the home prices where they're at, as well as the interest rates. And I do hear a lot of people saying that this is only because of the interest rates, but also the unaffordability in the area. This is what I'm driving home is, it's just unaffordable in this area to buy for the medium person that's actually buying in that area. So yeah, that's kind of the reason why I actually do this channel, is because I want to give you an idea of what's available in your area and your neighborhood. And as I said before, a lot of people just only talk about Seattle, but I want to leave you with another tool for you right now, and that's victorashley.com. You can go in here, you can put in your address, your area, your zip code, or even just your city, and it'll pull up a live link inside the MLS, as well as you can get more acquainted with the person that you're talking to on the YouTube channel right now. Who is this Victor guy? Well, as always, it was a pleasure working with you today, and I hope you have a fantastic day.